Hi, my name is Zach, and I'm one of the exercise specialists here at Op Family Chiropractic in St. Francis. And it's summertime again in Minnesota, so you, like me, probably one of the first things that you remember to grab as you're leaving the house is a water bottle. So today I'm going to tell you a couple of tips and tricks for you for sun exposure if you're out in the elements. So the first thing that we need to know about is that when we're thirsty and we're outside and the heat, humidity, and everything, that thirst response is already a dehydration signal to our body. So if you're thirsty before you go out the door, your body's already slightly dehydrated. And if we're trying to run that 5K or have a good time at our kids' soccer game, things like that, only 1 to 3% of our body weight translates to about 10% of our performance because our muscles are mostly made out of water. So making sure that we constantly manage our water intake, a good strategy to do that is weigh yourself before you go out on a run or outside for a long period of time, and then weigh yourself after you're nice and sweaty, see how much water you lost, and drink that back to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Another big thing that we want to think about is that humidity factor. So a lot of us might think that we sweat more with higher humidity, which we actually don't. We sweat the same amount, there's just more moisture in the air, so that humidity doesn't allow us to evaporate that sweat. So that's how much you normally sweat, you're just not able to cool down as effectively. So the humidity definitely plays a factor as far as our body cooling down. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is some heat-related illnesses. So you have heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. The first signs of heat cramps are going to be cramps in your smaller muscles, such as your calves, because they're getting dehydrated, not having enough electrolytes. As it goes up into the heat exhaustion type symptoms, it's going to be more shock-like. Your body's going to get cool, clammy, sweaty, and then worst of all is heat stroke, where your body's core temperature cannot drop or lower, and that's a situation where you need to get that person away from the elements into shade if possible. Most of the time you will need to call emergency services if they reach that level. But some people to be aware of that are higher exposure to those symptoms are children, because they're small and then they have bigger heads, so they're more exposed to the heat, as well as the elderly who are more sensitive to temperature changes. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please give our office a call.